everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my spring perfume collection. I am going to go through them as quickly as possible, but also explain a little bit about each perfume as well, because fragrances need, when it comes to anything beauty, fragrances are the one thing that you can't over explain on, because it is a scent, and if you're trying to explain something, how something smells to someone who's never smelt it before, over explaining is the better way to go. But I will still try to explain as best as I can, but keep it kind of brief. So I'm going to go through either 3 fragrances that I have that I think are really good for all year round. The first one is Burberry Goddess. This is a gourmand scent. It smells like lavender and vanilla. There's vanilla infusion, lavender, vanilla caviar, vanilla absolute, and then there's also cacao and ginger in this. But I don't smell the cacao or the ginger, but it is very sweet. It's very floral. It's heavy on the lavender. It's very womanly, and I find it very comforting, very cozy, and I like wearing this quite often. It's wonderful, and the actual bottle is really beautiful. The other one that I have is actually the duplicate for it. This is Lattafa Angum, and this one is heavier on the vanilla. So if you prefer lavender, go with the Burberry Goddess. If you prefer vanilla, go with Angum. This has ginger, mandarin, pink pepper, lavender, praline, cacao, jasmine, vanilla, amber, and musk. So this one does have a little bit of like a gingery spice at the very beginning on me. But then it mainly smells like vanilla and then jasmine. While Burberry Goddess is the opposite. So they're not exact dupes, at least on my skin. They are different, but they are still both a lavender and vanilla scent. It's just the balance has swapped over. So it honestly depends on what you like. So that is Angum, and then this is Goddess. So the bottles, you can tell, look kind of like inspired by this, but I do like Lattafa fragrances. They do last a lot longer. This doesn't last as long as the Lattafa one, but it still lasts a very long time. And then I have one by Kayali, which she doesn't make anymore. It's Musk 12. I really like this one. This has freesia, lotus, musk, jasmine, vanilla, and sandalwood. And it's just a really lovely powder. It's incredibly powdery. If you don't like powdery perfumes, you won't like this. It's it's very powdery. It's very womanly. It smells like a woman, like if you would picture it in your head, a very well put together woman. You know what I mean? That like has taken time to really think of what she's gonna wear before she leaves the house. That sort of thing. And you can smell a little bit of the jasmine, but mainly I smell the musk and the vanilla and the sandalwood. The flowers are not so strong on me, so it's not very floral in my opinion. It's just mainly powdery, very very powdery. However, so if you don't like powdery scents, do not wear this. It's lovely on its own, and it also adds a nice musky powderiness, and it helps soften any of the other Kayali fragrances, because some of the Kayali fragrances can be very strong and very beast mode. This can help bring it down a bit, so it's very pretty. But those 3 I personally like. I would consider them all year round fragrances. So I'm gonna continue with my Kayalis. Yes, that's what I'll do. I have Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, number 42, and the numbers are how many iterations they went through to get to the final product. So they went through 42 versions of this before they got to the final product. This is the bottle. So this one's has a little pinky purpley tinge. So this is actually on the other side. I've actually wrote down everything. So this has vanilla, pear, marshmallow, rum, violet leaves, ylang ylang, bubblegum, jelly bean, caramel, jasmine, labdanum, which is a flower, sugar, patchouli, tonka, cashmere wood, sandalwood, and vetiver. It's very sweet. It is like a rock sugar. You do smell the bubblegum. You do smell the caramel. You do smell the jelly bean. Jelly, like, you can really the jelly bean and the sugar really come through as well, and then the vanilla and the pear and the marshmallow. It's very gourmand. It's very, very sweet. You will smell like an actual food item. If you don't like actual food smells, you will not like this fragrance. But it's also quite warm because of the cashmere wood and because of the patchouli and the vetiver, and that's why I like wearing this in the spring. It's a really nice perfume. I would wear this in April. Whenever March and April, it's still kind of cold, and especially April, at least in Northern Ireland, we get a lot of rain. We get the April showers. This is quite nice for those cooler spring days, but this is not strong enough to withstand the winter cold, but it's good for the spring, for the springtime cold. Does that make sense? Because it is quite sweet. So yeah, it is. This is one of the very few truly gourmand perfumes that I own that I would not wear in the wintertime. This is not strong enough. It's better in the spring. It's really, really lovely, but it's very sweet, and you get everything. Like, I get a lot. There's a lot going on in this fragrance. So if you like fragrances that are a little bit more simple, I would not get that, because you really do smell everything: the vanilla, then the pear, then the marshmallow, and the rum, and it's like all coming at you at once. So just keep that in mind. And then I also have a little spare one. So then I have. I'm trying to found it. Then I have the Deja Vu White Flower. As you can tell, I really like Kayali perfumes. Most of them blend very, very well with my skin. But then I've also seen a lot of people that wear the Kayali formula doesn't blend. But this is Deja Vu White Flower number 57. So this one has nectarine, which you do smell. I did actually spray this one. The gardenia and the tuberose are very strong on me personally, so it is very, very heavier than white florals. If you don't like white florals, no. It has pear, Indian jasmine, orange blossom, Tahitian vanilla, cashmere wood, patchouli, and sandalwood, so it's quite heavy. This one you could also wear any time of year, I would say, as well. I don't know why I didn't put this in my all year round, but yeah, you could, because you can wear it on its own, and it's quite nice for spring, right? And then you can layer it with another more citrusy, bright fragrance for the summer, and then you can pair it with something a little bit more heavy and spicy for autumn and winter. So it is one of those fragrances. And also, by the liquid inside, that's one thing I've noticed about, if you do like to wear your perfumes by season, the bottles match the season. So in wintertime, there's a lot of like gold and dark berries and browns, and the liquid inside is like a brown color. Same with if you can see, like, these are my winter, autumn. Then as you get, it gets lighter. Do you know what I mean? Like the bottle and even the juice inside, the color matches. Do you know what I mean? So it's lovely. It's very, very floral. I don't usually wear this on its own, because sometimes the gardenia can be a little bit just too much for me. So that's where musk comes in, or rock candy comes in to make it a little bit sweeter, because I know Kayali is designed to be layered and worn by itself. So this is lovely. But yeah, for me, the main notes that I would say for you to watch out for are the gardenia, the pear, and the tuberose. If you don't like those scents, no, do not go for this perfume. At least that's what I smell on my skin, and that's also what I smell in the bottle too. So just keep that in mind. Then we've got Yum Bougie Marshmallow 81, which I really like this bottle. So like, this is a springtime bottle. Look, see? This is what I mean. Do you feel me? But this has freesia, Italian lemon, nectarine, blossom, So nectarine blossom, apple, marshmallow, strawberry, coconut, orange blossom, whipped cream, sugar, vanilla, musk, raspberry, and ambroxan. And ambroxan is a resin. So this is, it smells like a marshmallow. It really smells like a marshmallow I smell it. I pick, whenever you squeeze the marshmallow down and you kind of crack it. That's what I think of when I smell this. And you know how some marshmallows have that powdery stuff? It's not powdered sugar, but it's like a powdery substance, like a powdery feel. That's what this smells like as well, somehow. It's really, really nice. It's very, very girly. Very girly. It's very youthful and fun, but it's not like a teenager kind of perfume or anything like that. It's done very, very well. For me, I smell the strawberry and the coconut and the whipped cream and the marshmallow. I'm actually allergic to strawberry, but not by like, I'm only if I eat it. The back of my throat gets really tingly and my throat gets really itchy and my tongue gets really itchy, and it's just this is lovely. I would wear this by itself, but I think this would be really lovely to wear maybe with Capri in a bottle, like a lemony kind of scent. But many people I've seen on Fragrantica wear this in the summertime. I wouldn't, because I find it a little bit too sweet for the summertime. This is a perfume that I would wear in May, whenever it starts to transition, in my opinion. Or if I were to wear this in summer, I would pair it with like one of the vacation in a bottle ones. So that's just me personally, but it's wonderful. So the main ones, I would say, this is very strawberry heavy, very whipped cream heavy, very vanilla heavy, very sweet. So if you don't like sweet perfumes, this is edible. Like vanilla candy rock sugar, but it's very, very light and fluffy, rather on the heavier side. So that is Yum Bougie Marshmallow 81. So I really like that one. I do know she has come out with Majesty Fleur. A new one was actually released yesterday, March 13th. Well, at least worldwide. And it was actually my cat's birthday yesterday. Bruce, he was 6 years old. And he got a box full of toys. But a box full of these. Because he loves crinkle toys. Was he interested? No. So I am gonna get that, because it's actually my birthday next week on the 20th, so I'm planning on getting that. Just a small little bottle for myself for my birthday. I think it'd be quite nice. So yeah. Okay, the last Kayali that I have, yes, it's the last, well, it's the last spring Kayali I have. This is the Wedding Silk Santal number 36. And this was very, very popular, and like everybody loved it, and then she reintroduced it again. Do you remember, if you're familiar with Kayali? And then she kept it permanent. I'm like, why does everybody really like this perfume? And then I bought it, and then I wore it. I know why people love this perfume. This has champagne, freesia, blackcurrant, nectarine, praline, jasmine, orange blossom, May rose, vanilla, sugar, sandalwood, musk, amberwood, and oak moss. This is very skin-like. If you like perfumes that stick very close to the skin, you will adore this. It's very delicate and romantic. It's a lovely fruity floral. The champagne and the freesia and the nectarine really show up at the very, very beginning on my skin. And it's very sparkling. And then the jasmine and the rose and the vanilla come out. I don't really smell the nectarine too much, but then it warms up into something a little bit sweet, but it still clings very close to the skin. And it's just very intimate and very romantic, and it's very beautiful. And then you get a very woody base. So this one, if I were to say like key points, it would be the champagne and the nectarine. There's a lot of jasmine and rose, at least on my skin, and then there's of course a lot of vanilla and the sugar, and it's a very warm, sweet, woody base, and it sticks very close to the skin. So if you don't like skin scents, you wouldn't like this, but this is just, oh, it is wonderful, and I love wearing this on its own. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of it was like, I think it was called Taylor by Taylor Swift, like years ago. And I think it's like the nectarine in here. But I think that one actually had tangerine in it. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So yeah, yeah, apparently that perfume is really hard to get now, the Taylor by Taylor Swift. But hey ho, that kind of sucks. But you know, that's the thing about certain perfumes. You love them and then they're really hard to get. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to, speaking of my birthday. Yeah, we'll do that. This is actually my birthday perfume. This is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. I like this. I actually love this perfume, but like it's kind of expensive. And at least I know the Kayali's are quite expensive, but I like that you can get these small 10 ml rather than the 50 and the 100. You can't really do that with this, I don't think. But yeah, I like wearing this during my birthday. This has orange, mandarin orange, bergamot, orange blossom, Turkish rose, jasmine, mimosa, ylang ylang, patchouli, white musk, vanilla, vetiver, tonka bean, and a popanax. And a popanax is a resin, similar to beeswax and stuff like that, and amber and all that stuff. So this is a very, very bitter white floral. You really smell the bergamot and the orange blossom. Those are the two things that I get on my skin, along with the patchouli and the vanilla. So it has a little bit of a greenness about it because of that patchouli, but not enough to consider it a green perfume. But this is just what it is on my skin. Because my skin, if you've, like, I've done fragrance videos before, I've always said patchouli sticks so well to my skin. It's like it shows up immediately. If there's patchouli in a perfume, my skin will pick it up immediately. Fortunately, I love patchouli, so it's fine. But yeah, this one again, it's kind of like, I view this as vanilla candy rock sugar. It's kind of like in between, because it can be quite rich and heavy because of the patchouli and the vanilla and the vetiver and the tonka bean all coming together on my skin near the base, you know. So whenever you first spray it, it's nice for the spring, but the base notes, they of course cling the longest, so they're more appropriate for the winter time. So that's why I kind of like wearing it in March, because that's when it starts to transition from winter to spring. In fact, March 20th, my birthday, is Ostara, which is the spring equinox. So it's like when the transition period from winter to spring. So that's kind of cool. But I really like this perfume, but I've had this for years. For years and years and years. This exact bottle too. So I would say from that perfume, very orange blossom heavy. Orange, it's very bitter, and patchouli. So if you like that bitterness that orange blossom has, you will like that perfume. And if you like that heady green, sensual quality that patchouli has, you will like Coco Mademoiselle. Okay, then I'm going to talk about actually like doing this in order, which should help. We have my two Jo Malone clones. I actually have 3 in total, but one I wear in the summertime. Jo Malone, they're a lovely company, but they don't last very long for how much you pay. You know, they're very expensive and they don't really last a very long time. So these are like the only 3 that I would repurchase. And if I were to repurchase it, I would either repurchase a duplicate that would last a bit longer, or again just buy the smaller sizes because they really don't last all that long. But we'll start with blackberry and bay, because this is the one I wrote down first. So this has blackberry, bay leaf, grapefruit, cedar, vetiver, and floral notes. So this smells like blackberry and bay leaf. That's pretty much it. Everything else doesn't exist. I mean, maybe a little bit of grapefruit. I know grapefruit's a very sour scent, but I don't really smell it all that much. For me, it's just blackberry and bay leaf. This is a very thorny, like, you know, whenever you're picking blackberries and you get those like prongs in your hand by picking the berries. That's what this reminds me of. It's a lovely adventurous perfume. This is a spring walk. Like if you're going, especially if you celebrate Easter or if you celebrate Ostara or anything like that, and you're going out and you're really enjoying the warm weather, but it's not, you know, sweltering summer heat where you're gonna die. Not like that. It's like you're going out and you're going on like a nice walk along the path and there's a nice breeze and you start to smell the grass and you start to hear the birds chirping and you start to see all the flowers and that sort of thing, where spring's really starting to waken up again. That's what I get from this. It's not a let's go out for lunch, let's go out shopping, let's go. No, no, no. This isn't going out for a walk in nature perfume. It blends so beautifully, so beautifully. I remember wearing this whenever I used to live with my grandmother. There is a wood near me. Well, near my grandmother now, not near me anymore. But smelling the trees, reawakening with this, there, I can't explain it. It's beautiful. So this is wonderful. It smells like blackberry. It smells like bay leaf. If you like very it is green. It is a wee bit more on the green side, but that blackberry really helps it stay fruity and juicy, and it smells like genuine blackberries too, which is beautiful because blackberries are lovely. I love blackberries. And then we've got Earl Grey and Cucumber. This is the 2011 version. There's two versions of this now. So I don't know if I'll repurchase this again because I don't know. It's probably going to be, if I do get the more modernized version, which was released in 2022, it's not going to be the same as this. But this has got bergamot, water notes, jasmine, red apple, cucumber, angelica, beeswax, musk, Virginia cedar, and vanilla. Now the newer version I think has like Earl Grey tea leaves. So it still has, so Earl Grey has bergamot in it. So I wonder if we'll smell the same. I don't know. But this is very milky and very bitter. So the bergamot is there, it's bitter because bergamot's a very, very bitter fruit. Water notes, jasmine, the cucumber is there and the beeswax is there and the vanilla is there. I think the vanilla and the beeswax mixed together make that milky scent. You know, like you just added the tiniest drop of milk into that tea. It's wonderful. This is a very unique scent. So if I were to give notes for you as to whether or not you want to get it or not, it's very bitter. It does have a little bit of a cooling, watery undertone with that cucumber, which is nice. And then it has a milkiness with that beeswax and that vanilla and that musk kind of mixing together, so it kind of makes it smell like, it really does make it smell like Earl Grey tea with a tiny, excuse me, the tiniest bit of milk. So take that as you will. Then we've got Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. I actually have the Caramel Dream one, which I wear in the wintertime. This one I'm going to wear in the spring. This has marshmallow, chocolate, candied ginger, Madagascar vanilla, coconut milk, coconut milk, jasmine, whipped cream, sugar, musk, and cashmere wood. This is very sweet, very marshmallow. If you like Young Bougie marshmallow, you're gonna like this. They're not the same, but they're in the same like vein. Very sweet, very candy like. This again is very powdery. You really smell the marshmallow, and the candy ginger kind of adds a little bit of a spice, which is nice, at least on my skin. Fortunately, the candy ginger doesn't last a very long time. And you do get a little bit of the coconut milk as well, but which kind of helps mellow everything out and stop. It keeps it in the gourmand section, like the gourmand family, but not to the point where it's sickly sweet. So, and I do smell a little bit of the whipped cream. The jasmine doesn't exist. The jasmine's probably just there to help keep it from being so sweet. Hi, Brucey. He was the birthday boy. He's away. Bye bye, Brucey. I love you. But yeah, this is lovely. Very similar to Caramel Dream. However, Caramel Dream is a little bit richer. So this one I would wear right now, like in March, where it's still a little bit cold, you know. But do you like that one? Again, if I were to give you notes on this, it's marshmallow, vanilla, whipped cream, heavy on the sweet. Gourmand is lovely. I really do like it a lot. Then we have Maud Vanilla. This is musk, plum, pink freesia, praline, orris root, vanilla, and cacao butter. This one's very sweet again, but on the more skin-like side. I'm trying to speed up a bit because I'm running out of time. So this one I would say is heavy on the vanilla, it's heavy on the musk, and it's heavy on the cacao butter. It actually kind of smells like actual vanilla body lotion. It's really lovely. And then we have Meow by Katy Perry. I only have 4 left to show you. So this has pear, tangerine, gardenia, jasmine, honeysuckle, African orange flower, lily of the valley, vanilla, amber, musk, and sandalwood. So Katy Perry is a bit of a twat, but this is very sweet. There's a lot of tangerine in here, and there's a lot of vanilla. That's basically it. Like, I don't really smell anything else. There is a little bit of pear, but it's very juicy, sweet perfume. It's very girly. Again, it's in the same vein as if you like Young Bougie Marshmallow, if you like Sabrina Carpenter, if you like those sweet girly scents, you'll really like this. I know she has another one called Purr that I used to wear all the time, but I remember wearing it whenever I went to work experiences working with kids, and I ended up getting a sinus infection, and that perfume has never smelled the same scent on me. So, okay. Lastly, we're gonna do these bad boys. So I've got some. Oh, I actually have one more. I forgot about this. This is L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. This has kiwi, rhubarb, pink pepper, watermelon, cyclamen, jasmine, lemon tree, musk, and sandalwood. This one is a perfume that I would wear in May as well. It's right on that transition period. Very sweet and juicy. Very, very juicy. The rhubarb really comes in strong. It's wonderful and tart. And then the watermelon gives it that juiciness, and the kiwi gives it that juiciness, and then the lemon tree gives it that sharp citrus. But because it's lemon tree, it also gives it a little bit of a woodiness and an earthiness. It's lovely. Really lovely. It's very unique. So I would say if you like tart, fruity perfumes with a little bit of a green woodiness that anchors it and keeps it from being too much, you will like this perfume. It's lovely. It's very fruity without it like smelling kind of like fruit, like fruity sweets or something, you know, like way too immature. I have, so these are the fantasies. I have Intimate Fantasy. This has lychee, Italian lemon, violet leaf, burnt sugar, ozonic nose, Janet, which is from an animal. It's like an animalic scent. Lily of the Valley, jasmine, vanilla, white musk, heliotrope, and benzoin. This smells kind of like Super Milk from Lush. The lemon really does show up, and it does smell like the original Fantasy, just a lot more citrusy and just softer, and it sticks closer to the skin, and it's not so rich and heavy, you know. I do like wearing this right before I go to sleep as well. It's quite nice. And the bottle's quite pretty too, so. But yeah, it does smell kind of like Super Milk by Lush. Not exactly, but it does have that Fantasy DNA. But it's a lemon cupcake, not a vanilla frosted cupcake. There we go. So from this, if you like Fantasy, because this is a flanker, so if you like Fantasy, you will like this. If you don't like Fantasy, you're not really going to like this, because it is very similar. It's just Fantasy with a lot of lemon in it. That's it. It's lovely, and it does have a lot of. I do smell a little bit of the violet leaf and a little bit of the lily of the valley, and the heliotrope. I don't really smell any of the jasmine, but yep. If you don't like Fantasy, no, don't even look in its direction. Then this one is Fantasy Sheer, so that one's a little bit more like spring, you know. March, April. This one was I would wear a little bit more in May time. So this is what this one looks like. Lovely sheer pink bottle with clear crystals. This has citrus water, lychee again, quince, water lily, lily of the valley, cupcake, white musk, iris, and woodsy notes. So you'd think that these two smell very similar. They don't actually, at least on my skin, which is great. But this one smells like Fantasy, so funny enough, but honestly watered down. It really does smell like a watered down Fantasy, with a lot of you do smell like the wateriness of it, which is why I would wear it more so in like whenever it's transitioning from spring to summer. And there's all, you do smell the cupcake. It's like your Intimate Fantasy is like a lemon cupcake, right? Fantasy Sheer is like you're eating a cupcake, but you're washing it down with lemon water. Not lemonade. No. Lemon water. It's like that. You know? Still lemon water, not sparkling lemon water. Okay? It, it's like that. And it's nice and it's breezy. And it's like you can imagine like trees blowing in the wind, you know, like one of those. Like it's a nice sweet vacation perfume, but it's not tropical vacation, of course. It's very nice. I do like this one. So, and they do smell different on my skin, and you wouldn't think they would, because even the notes are similar, but no, they smell different. And then the last one I have is Circus Fantasy. So this one, it's not a flank. Well, it is a flanker, but it doesn't smell like fantasy. So this one I will explain a bit more in detail. This has raspberry, sugar, apricot blossom, orchid, peony, water lily, sweet notes, vanilla musk, violet, and woodsy notes. This one is I do really like this fragrance. It's beautiful. It's very sweet. It's very soapy. It has like you really smell the raspberry and you smell the sugar and the apricot blossom. It's soapy. It's sweet. You really smell the sugar. You really smell that tartness from the raspberry. The apricot blossom and the water lily and the peony kind of are giving it that soapiness, like shower gel. It's very light and airy, fresh. It is gourmand. I would say, well, it is sweet, but is it considered not in comparison to like Sabrina Carpenter or like Young Bougie Marshmallow or anything like that, but it is sweet. Unfortunately, the problem that I have with this, it doesn't fucking last. That's the only problem I have with this perfume. However, unlike Jo Malone, this is like a £20. You know what I mean? So this, I don't mind it not lasting. These bad boys, however, these like over 100. No, not tolerating it. Of course, if you do, of course, moisturize your skin, and whenever you come out of the shower, it will last a little bit longer, but still. So I will say, the lasting power in this is probably the worst out of all of my perfumes, besides the Jo Malone's. But again, the price of this is significantly cheap. This is like £20. It's really not that bad for 100ml. Out of all of this, I would say it's very heavy on the raspberry. It's very tart and sugary, and a nice shower jelly fresh scent. It's quite sweet as well, but it does not last all that long, unfortunately. So that's just a warning for you all, but it is really lovely. I'm breaking this out whenever it gets warmer. But yeah, wonderful. I really like this one. Haha, wonderful. Reminds me of Tomodachi Life, whenever you're having a dream. Ha, wonderful. That. But yeah, that is my spring perfumes. Hopefully I described them quickly but thoroughly. That way I didn't want to make the video too long. But oh, sorry, I woke my cat up. I woke Bruce, Loki up. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too long and it was still informative, you know, because I do tend to waffle on. But I will be doing another one later on in the year, of course, with my summery perfumes. So if you're interested in that, you can look out for that. And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye everybody.